Hi BookTube, it's Allie, also known as Allie's Books and Creativity. Today we are doing a Valentine's theme, Valentine's theme for books, and it's called Love and Lust. This is something I had planned out of my noggin since like the end of January while I was trying to get my emotions back intact because we lost one of our dogs back in late January, so I was going through a lot. And it was hard, but I'm here today to have a great time with you guys. And further ado, let's get started. I have 10 books to share my love and lust. This is my personal opinion of love and lust of each book character. So there'll be no judging allowed and none of that. And you can also share your opinion if you like and comment it down below. Other than that, now let's get started. The first book we're going to start for Love and Lust is, drumroll on your computers or MacBooks, is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And the characters we're choosing for Love and Lust is Grayson Hawthorne. And my answer to that for Mr. Grayson Hawthorne is love. He was my love interest in this book, so I was like, absolutely love. So this one goes to the love pile, right over this pile. Love pile. All right, next book. Oh, also, I might sound like a broken record if you haven't read The Inheritance Games. You got to read The Inheritance Games. If you haven't heard my partake of what the book is about, you got to go to my previous videos somewhere where I talk what it's about. So I'll just share it now and just sound like the broken record. The Inheritance Games follows the story based on Aubrey, who's like homeless, a high school homeless student. And what happened is Grayson Hawthorne meets up with her and says, hey, my grandfather passed away and he randomly put your name in the will and to our fortune. So she travels to like Texas, I believe it's Texas, to run this fortune, and then there's some scandals that happen. She's solving riddles, she's solving puzzles, she's solving secret passage codes. It's a really good mystery. Like, you gotta pick it up. I believe the second book in the spin-off comes out in July. Please pick this up. You are missing out if you don't read this. The next book we're talking about, if it's going to go to the love and lust pile, is Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo. And the character we're going to do it based on is Kaz Brecker. For this one is obviously love, because Kaz Brecker was one of my first book crushes when I was reading books. When I went back to reading books. I stopped reading books in high school because bullies would say I wouldn't make friends in high school if I read a book. And I loved reading books since, like, oh my gosh, when I was 4. And all of a sudden, I was 14 or 15, and I was reading a book in one of the classrooms, and one of the bullies came up to me and said, oh, book nerds don't make friends. And then I stopped reading. And my family were begging me to go back to reading because they knew it was my passion. And it took me till like I was 21 to realize no one can stop me reading. I can still have friends and read. Even if it means losing friends that weren't my friends to begin with. And ever since then, I found my favorite books ever since then, and no one tells me what to read, and I feel like it's a chore. It's a hobby. So yeah, Kaz Brecker is love, and this was one of the first few books that got me back into reading. Alright, so that goes to the love pile. The next book we're going to talk about, if it's love or lust, is Better Than Revenge by Casey West. The character is obviously known as Theo. And the answer is love. Because I loved how well he treated this character. So, was Better Than Revenge started as the main character Finley wanted to be in a podcast, and her ex took the position, and out of revenge, she joined the football team. So, and then Theo kind of walks into her life like, hey, what's up? And she's like, ew, get away from me. And it gets good. It gets good. It's like this enemies to lovers story you gotta read. It came out December 31st of 2024. I highly recommend Better Than Revenge by Casey West. So please pick this one up. You're in for a treat when it comes to a romance enemies to lovers. So going to the love pile. All right, my hand got tired with holding the device on my right hand too long. It's kind of a big, bulky thing it's one of my iPads. The next book we're gonna do, you probably saw it. It's Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Love or lust? And the answer for this character is Maven. I might get some likes and dislikes on this. Please don't judge me. It's a lust. I didn't like Maven. This book is the reason why I have trust issues. I had trust issues as a kid, and this gave me more reasons to have trust issues. I am so sorry. But obviously, all the betrayal in this book, it's a lust. So this is going nothing but to the lust pile. But I can tell you what Red Queen is about. Red Queen is basically on characters who are red blood or silver blood. And the red bloods, they go to a war that they shouldn't be fighting for. The silver bloods are like in luxury. And the main character, Mare, she is a red blood, but turns out she has the power of lightning like a silver blood. And the silver bloods catch her with it, and she's basically like, I don't know how to word it. It's like they're basically like it's been a while since I read about how to word it. It's basically like they held her captive, and so if a drop of red blood is shown and she has powers, the discovery would have of red bloods possibly having powers could have happened. And I didn't want that. But it gets really good. It is really good. But just to warn you, you will walk away with trust issues after finishing this book and series. So yeah, this is definitely going to the lust pile. All right, the next book we're talking about is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Marin. And oh my gosh, a lot of family drama happens in this book, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the character Reed, and the answer for Reed if he's love or lust is love. So yes, Serpent and Dove goes to the love pile. So what Serpent and Dove is about, it's a witch and a witch hunter who are arranged to get married. And a lot of stuff comes down. So yes, this is a good like fall Halloween read with a sip of like apple cider in your mug, or like homemade apple cider from a crock pot recipe. I can make a apple cider crock pot recipe with homemade apples. I've did that once and read this book, and oh my gosh, it was around the fall. It was perfect. So yeah, definitely in the love pile. The next book we're talking about is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. I'm really excited for her spinoff to come out in April. I'm hoping to get it. I'm hoping to pre-order it so I can get my copy. But let's talk about Warner, guys. He is obviously love. So this Shatter Me is going right to the love pile. And this is such an amazing series, guys. It's a great, beautiful dystopian series. Like most people say, ooh, dystopian's kind of scary and this and that, and it's got like this pandemic stuff. No. Shatter Me doesn't have that. I like Shatter Me as a kind of easygoing dystopian. I read it like in days, like bam. So yes, definitely to the love pile. Warner's going to the love pile. The next book we're talking about is The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. And this is we're going to do the character based on Jay Friday. At first, he was a lust, but when I read the second book, I started to grow into him. So I would say he's probably in the middle. So maybe we'll put him in maybe like a in the middle pile, like of love and lust. That's what we're going to do. Love and lust. Obviously, that's what we're going to do. Yes, that's going to be our answer. The middle pile of love and lust. So there we go. That's going to be my answer. I'm going to make it that fair enough where I'm like, I'm not sure yet. But when I get to the third book, I'll decide. All right, moving on. The next book we're going to be talking about for Love and Lust is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And the character we're doing it based on is Tamlin. Is Tamlin love or lust? Ugh, obviously lust. If you are a Tamlin fan in my book, please stay away from me. I'm more of a Team Rhysand. The Team Tamlins are better. Stand clear. Nana, no go. I rather do Team Rhysand. So, bye bye, Mr. Tamlin. You are going to the lust pile. Woohoo! All right. Well, next book. We're gonna move on to the next book because I don't want to go into that. I will ramble and vent about Tamlin all day with no apparent reason when he needs to be pushed aside. All right, moving on. The next book we're talking about in the love and lust topic is the Crave series by Tracy Wolff, and the character is based on Hudson. And for love and lust, for Hudson, love. So yes, this is like kind of like a Twilight meets Harry Potter. And if you haven't read Harry Potter or Twilight, what are you doing with your life? I grew up on that jazz. Like, I'm a millennial. Like, I'm a early 1990s baby. The big thing when I was in elementary school was Harry Potter. The big thing in high school for me was Twilight. So yeah, don't ditch it. Come to the millennial side and see what it was like to read Twilight, what it was like to read Harry Potter. Because guess what? Pretty soon there might be something Harry Potter book. There might be some book sorting Harry Potter related coming your way. Not this month, but soon. Soon. And it's top secret. All right. This is going to the love pile, Mr. Hudson. The last book for the love and lust topic of the day of February 3rd is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. And that will be based on the character Jax. And Jax, is he love or lust? Ready? Drum roll. It is love. So Jax, I know he's like the forbidden romance type of person to be with in the book. That's the best part. That's the best part of when you read. Yeah. So yeah, Jax is going to the love pile. Yep. So that that concludes our books for this topic of the day. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in the love pile. We have 1, 2 in the lust pile, and we only have 1 in the love and lust because it's an unsure. So thank you for joining me. I will see you guys again soon. I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to comment down below, like, what for each book, what was love and lust to you, and don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell if you want more content in the future. In the meantime, I will see you all again soon. Bye!